The Jets and Giants hold their first joint practice since 2005. Daniel Jones drops some dimes as the Jets secondary struggles to cover.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets!
Welcome to Jets Talk. My name is Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we got our first joint practice since 2005 with the housemates, stadium mates, New York Giants and Jets practicing at East Rutherford down at the Giants facility. And it's the first time since 2005. And if you guys don't remember or weren't alive for the 2005 joint practices, it got a little chippy. Lots of brawls. This was still when they still had two-a-days. There was a lot of heat between the two teams. So we started off the practice with Robert Saleh and Brian Daboll telling the teams, treat everyone on the field like they're your teammate. This was huge because of all those fights. You don't want to see anyone wind up getting injured. Jets have had their fair share of injuries, and the Giants already had their scare with Kayvon Thibodeau. So everyone wants to get out of this practice just as healthy as they went into it. And it seemed like it was a pretty lighthearted day across the board, nothing overly crazy. The big story from today that I was concerned about, Daniel Jones looking like a good quarterback. And I don't know if that's it's a bad thing. Look, it's a bad thing. He was missing reps. Tyrod Taylor was taking starting reps, seemingly with the number ones. And now Danny Dimes comes out and has a really good day against the New York Jets. He goes 14 of 16 on the day. He had one interception on Bryce Hall. Or Bryce Hall had one interception on Daniel Jones on the last play of the game in the end zone. But other than that, Jones was looking really good throughout the day. I'm looking through all the Twitter feeds and everything, and it just was not where you really want the Jets to be with a quarterback that's like fighting for his job and fighting for a contract extension because the Giants did not extend him on his fifth-year option, so he's playing in a contract year. Overall, not great. I don't like seeing this. This is more concerning to me than the coming out flat against the Falcons in the preseason game, because at least the Jets looked good in the joint practice with the Falcons. And then when the Jets didn't have all their starters, then it, kind of made sense that there would be a little bit of a drop-off. But right here, I know it's just practice. You're not really taking guys to the ground, but I don't love seeing Daniel Jones do well against our revamped secondary. So a little frustrating there. Joe Flacco making some comments about our own Garrett Wilson. He says Garrett Wilson jumps off of the film. He also said the first day he was at OTAs, you could just see it. Now, Garrett Wilson has had his fair share of drops in training camp, and it seems like it's like every 2 or 3 passes he's dropping a ball, and that's like a little concerning. He hasn't really had that happen in the game so much, at least at like the green and white scrimmage or the 2 preseason games that I'm aware of. He seemed pretty good. So hopefully it's just nerves, and he's coming, and he's ready, dialed in for game day, because the dude's talent absolutely jumps off the field. And when you see Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore line up, like, 2 explosive players, very, very young. And then you have Corey Davis, who's still only, in his 5th year in the league or something like that, 6th year in the league. This guy, this offense in general, very explosive for where the Jets have been in the past. And Joe Flacco making these kind of comments. He's played with a bunch of playmakers in his past, and being able to hear that, being able to hear him speak highly of the young receiver is very good to see. As far as the injury front concerns, the Jets had a little bit of a scare. Both DJ Reed and Jermaine Johnson went down with an injury. DJ Reed with a knee injury, Jermaine Johnson with an ankle injury. But both guys wound up returning to practice, and I think both wound up participating in the gassers at the end of the practice, right as the ice machine goes off. All right. I'll try to hammer this out before I get any more noise. Not as quiet as the normal studio. But yeah, DJ Reed, Jermaine Johnson, obviously them being healthy coming out of this practice along with the rest of our players was absolutely huge. You don't want to see anyone go down, and being able to see them finish practice was really good to see. On the Giants side of things, they got a little bit of a concern at the end of the practice. Azeez Ojulari pulls up while they're running gassers at the end of the day. They already lost Kayvon Thibodeau for about 3 to 4 weeks with, I think it's a bone bruise. I think it's something similar to what Zach Wilson has going on in their preseason game against the Bengals. So edge rush-wise, the Giants are going to be looking a little light. So as we go into this game against them on Sunday, we have to keep in mind, if Joe Flacco is able to stand back there and kind of make his passes, keep an eye out if they have any of their edge rushers out on the field, because clearly Kayvon Thibodeau's not going to be out there, and I would venture to guess Ojulari will not be playing in this game as well. So it's kind of like a grain of salt. Like, how much are we really going to be able to determine how our tackles are playing if the edge rushers aren't out on the field? So a little, I don't know, little concerning from the Giants side of things, but also from a, hey, let's try to evaluate our Jets side of things. Now, all the starters are expected to play. Robert Saleh did come out and say that yesterday. Everybody will play about a quarter or 2 quarters, depending on how the game ends up going. But guys, let me know your thoughts of the joint practice down below in the comments. I believe this is the only one we're going to see with the Jets and Giants. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And as always, go Jets.